I'm opening with the twist. Fighting the All-Electric Building Act won't save your renovation budget. Pushing your city to adopt rehab codes will. AEBA is real. It hits new construction in 2026 for most smaller buildings, 2029 for larger. Existing buildings? Exempt. But here's what nobody tells you. Your costs spike when a rehab is forced into full new construction compliance. Rehab codes tailor safety and energy upgrades to the scope of work. Stick around, and I'll map exactly how these codes turn a budget crater into a manageable retrofit. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. You think AEBA is coming for your gas stove? It's not. The real wallet punch hits when your simple kitchen remodel gets treated like you're building a brand new house overnight. You start clean, new cabinets, better windows, maybe a quiet range hood so your place doesn't smell like last night's stir-fry forever. You're even eyeing a boiler swap because the old one sounds like it's boiling gravel. Feels contained, manageable. You've got a number in your head and it doesn't give you heartburn. But here's the catch. Scope creep flips a switch you didn't know existed. The minute your plan crosses a line, move a wall, relocate plumbing, replace major equipment, you can trigger a full compliance review. That's when your tidy project suddenly needs bigger electric panels, new feeders, revised ducts, and equipment swaps you never planned. It's like ordering a sandwich and getting billed for the entire deli. Here's the tripwire effect in plain English. Alterations that touch core systems, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, or that change layouts can escalate requirements outside the room you're working on. Replace the boiler? You may now need to meet current efficiency and ventilation standards that ripple into the basement, the flue, the electrical. Open up a wall? Now the insulation, air sealing, and even window specs can get pulled into the upgrade list. Move the kitchen sink across the room? That can mean new drain runs, reventing, and a stare down with a code table you did not budget for. And yes, AEBA doesn't hit existing buildings directly. That's the mind game. While the law targets new construction, the ecosystem around it, utility planning, equipment availability, electrification-ready expectations, still lands on your project. You'll see it in panel sizing, new circuit runs, and the sneaky line item labeled potential service upsizing. Utilities love that phrase. Let's make it painfully real. You've got a 100-amp panel. Your contractor says, we need 200. So now it's not just a new box. It's service entrance cable, meter work, maybe a new mast, permits, inspections, utility scheduling, trenching if you're underground, and a week of living like you're glamping in your own house. The final bill feels like buying a second used car you didn't want and won't show off on weekends. Heat pump water heaters and electric space heating are clever long-term. Lower bills, fewer fumes, quieter. But the upfront stack is brutal when you're on a modest rehab budget. Unit cost, condensate line, makeup air, a dedicated 240-volt circuit. If the panel groans, add the upgrade. If the service groans, call the utility. Every if is another check. Developers doing affordable rehabs get hit harder. Lenders look at timelines, and the minute you whisper utility coordination or transformer constraints, eyebrows go up, delays stretch, carrying costs grow. The risk profile changes. Deals stall not because the kitchen layout is tough, but because a transformer down the block needs capacity and 5 projects are ahead of you in the queue. Try explaining that to a credit committee that wants dates, not vibes. So here's the thing. Your renovation isn't doomed by AEBA itself. It's doomed when your scope trips into new construction rules and grid upgrades cascade through the budget. Keep the scope narrow and targeted, and you can control the dominoes. Let it sprawl, and you're suddenly paying for problems 2 rooms away and 3 years in the future. Let that sink in. You want to keep your project in renovation mode, not new build jail. There's a way to do that without playing games or hiding the ball. You use the secret playbook, Rehab codes. There's a code path that lets you renovate without swallowing the entire new construction pill. Most cities don't advertise it, and that's not an accident. When budgets die, they die in silence. So, Here's the quiet fix. Rehab codes. You use them, you keep your project in renovation mode, and you stop feeding your wallet into a wood chipper. Let's break it down. Rehab codes are not a loophole you sneak through. They're a legit rule book built for existing buildings. Think IEBC or NFPA 5000 frameworks. They calibrate what you must upgrade based on what you're actually touching. No cosplay as a high-rise because you swapped a vanity. It's scope-matched compliance. Predictable. Boring in the best way. But here's the catch. Without these pathways, your rehab drifts into full code compliance. Energy, egress, structure. The greatest hits. Your 1920s bungalow ends up graded like a 2026 glass tower, and every small change gets priced like a brand new building. That's how modest projects stall. A door move turns into stair geometry, guardrail heights, and lighting density calcs you never asked for. You wanted tile. You got a thesis defense. Here's how the tiering works in plain English. At the bottom, repairs. You fix what's broken, same kind, same capacity, and you don't unlock the boss level. Then you've got alterations, which step up in levels based on how invasive the work is. The more you open, the more modern rules apply, but only to the areas you touched. At the top sits change of occupancy. That's when you turn a warehouse into apartments or a duplex into a daycare. Different use, different risk, bigger checklist. Each tier controls which upgrades you must do and where they stop. Now for the part that saves your budget. Proportionate energy standards. No one is asking you to gut the house to chase R values like it's a leaderboard. You add insulation where walls are open. You put in high-efficiency equipment when you replace something that died. You fix air leaks while you're there. You hit lighting efficiency in the rooms you're updating. It's targeted, logical, and crucially, it doesn't yank you into a whole house service upgrade unless your scope actually needs it. Let's run it. Kitchen only? You're looking at efficient lighting, maybe upgraded ventilation, and some air sealing if you open cavities. Not a demand for a 200-amp panel plus a transformer reservation like you're building a micro data center. Boiler swap? Where permitted, like maintenance keeps you running without blowing up the rest of the house. If your panel supports it and incentives line up, you can electrify strategically. If not, you don't nuke the budget-chasing theoretical savings you won't see for years. People worry rehab codes cut corners. They don't. They preserve life safety and ditch gold plating that doesn't move the needle. The point is to make existing homes safer and more efficient without forcing museum-quality perfection that prices owners out and leaves buildings to rot. When the rules fit the job, more projects happen. It's that simple. Cities that adopt rehab codes see more small rehabs actually start. Not mega gut jobs. Lots of modest fixes across many blocks. Those incremental gains stack. Drafty units tighten up. Old systems get cleaner. Vacant houses wake up. The market stops punishing people for doing the right thing, and neighborhoods benefit from 1,000 small wins instead of one flashy ground-up that takes 4 years.